Welcome back to another video, guys. Today is a 25-minute low impact full body cardio workout. There's going to be absolutely no equipment needed, no jumping. All you need is yourself, a good surface like a mat or a carpeted room, and of course your water. So we're going to get started with a warm-up, and you can follow along with me. And as always, I invite you to do whatever warm-up works best for you, whatever you feel your body needs right now to get fired up and activate your breathing and get your core ready for this workout. So we're going to start with some arm circles if you're following along, and just take it nice and easy, big dynamic movements, and start concentrating on our breathing, engaging our core. We're going to start heating up the breath and really getting into opening our hips and just preparing the body for everything that it's about to go through. Because trust me, even though it is low impact and it's only 25 minutes, I was feeling it for a few days after this, so I know for sure that you are going to be feeling it if you just dive into this and follow along. Keep up with the pace that I'm doing and try your best not to do any type of downgraded modifications if you are able to. So let's have our feet together, arms up. We're going to bend the knees a little bit and exhale as we bend over to the right side. Inhale and then exhale again as we bend over to the left side. We're going to do this one more time. This is one of my favorite stretches. It's a stretch that I always do, especially if I'm going to be doing anything full body. I feel like it really prepares my lower back as well for big movements. We're going to do some lateral lunges side to side, starting a little bit shallow, and then we're going to progress and deepen it just a little bit as our hips open up more and more each time we exhale to each side. If going deeper is uncomfortable for you, you're more than welcome to stay high, but otherwise we're going to get really low now and just slide across from side to side. You can activate your core even more if you extend your arms in front of you. We're going to settle over onto the left side now. You can support yourself on your leg. And then we're going to go to the other side. Feel free to support yourself on your right leg as well, or you can extend your arms forward if you want to fire things up a little bit sooner. Heel toe your feet in, just about to hip width apart. And we're going to do some breath squats. So we're going to inhale at the top, exhale as we bend forward, inhale as we squat, and exhale at the top. Just breathing along with the movement here. This is one of my favorite warm-ups, not only to warm up my legs, but it's apparently really great for lymphatic drainage as well, which is something I'm very passionate about and something I try to incorporate into my life in as many ways as I can. Widen the stance if that's available to you. Continue with the same flow of movement and breath. And if you're feeling really flexible, you can widen the stance even more. And we're going to sink into a prayer squat, moving side to side. This might not be comfortable for all of us, so if you need to lift yourself a little bit just so your feet are flat, or if you need to support yourself on the ground or by holding onto your feet, you're more than welcome to do so. Or you can stay low in the regular prayer squat. Coming up now, just one last stretch, reaching up to the ceiling, bend back a little bit, breathe deep into the belly, and let's get going with this workout. Starting with 20 speed squats, let's go. Hips are a little wider than hip width apart. Weight is bearing back in the heels, and you are keeping your chest and your shoulders as upright as possible. Project forward with the collarbones and try and keep your tailbone just a little bit tucked, just so you're not sitting back too far. We have 5 left. 4, 3, 2, and on this last one, we're going to kick out that left leg. for 2, 3, 4, 5. You can have the arms up, you can have them out, you can keep them on your hips, and if kicking is a little difficult or your hips aren't open enough, you can just extend your leg out like I just did there. Otherwise, you should be kicking with me. I'm not asking for Chun-Li height kicks. I just want you to do your best and kick as high as you can and as you comfortably can. Side kicks can be a little tricky. You can overextend the groin on either side. We're going to the other side now for 2, 3. As I was saying, you don't want to overextend your groin. So if that's an area that's tight for you, then just lift your leg. You can do a little leg extension or a low kick. You have to listen to your body with movements like this, so do your best. Other thing to make sure of is that you're looking in the direction that you're kicking. Always look where your line of action is going. This will keep your balance and make sure that you don't hurt your neck or, again, overextend anything you're not supposed to. So that's the first set. Grab a quick sip of water if you need it. We're gonna go right into a second set. We have another 20 wide leg squats right into another 20 kicks each leg. So let's go. We got 10 left, 9, 8, 7, squeezing those glutes for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And now we're gonna start our kicks. So we go down. Oh, I think I did a bonus squat there, but we're gonna kick and down, kick and down. So remember to land lightly on your feet. Don't slam the bottom of your foot down. Keep it as controlled as you can. And of course, with movements like this, we don't want to be banging our limbs. We're not flailing our leg out. We're not just moving it for the sake of moving. This is a movement with intention. So keep your mind connected to your body. We're not going to be hurting any knees or any ankles. You want to lead the kick with the heel of your foot. And make sure that you keep, again, the movement very tight and compact, no matter how high or low you're kicking. Right to the other side, and of course, I welcome that option always. If your hip flexors or those muscles lining the sides of your glutes are starting to get kind of too hot, you can just do a simple leg lift, which I'm going to demonstrate right about now. So there, we can see that this is your alternative. If kicking is too difficult, that's your alternative. Otherwise, make sure you're looking in the direction that you're kicking. Very, very important for keeping balance. And now we're gonna hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on up, shake the legs out, and we're gonna get ready for the next movement. So we finished round 1, we're going on to round 2. Similar concept, we're gonna be doing some quick switch lunges. So it's gonna be like a jumping split squat, but of course, without the jumping. So here's the rhythm here. Let me reiterate, there is absolutely no jumping for this. We're just staying very light on the feet. It's just a little bit of a hop. You're more than welcome to jump, but as this is a low impact workout, this is the recommended rhythm for this. So let's get started. We have 20, and then we're gonna go into some front kicks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Have your arms up to activate that core strength. Don't bend forward too much. Make sure your hips are square or as square as you can. If you have to hold on to a chair, a wall, whatever you have to do to keep your balance, that's more than welcome. Always, my workouts can be adjusted and modified to suit anybody's ability and fitness level. You can go all in or you can pull back and take it easy today. The most important thing is that you showed up here to get some movement in, and it's just another step towards your health and fitness goals, no matter how hard you decide to push that day. So now we're going to stay stationary and we're going to kick with that back leg for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep going. Nice 90-degree angles. You're feeling the burn in that standing leg. This is your alternative. If the other one is just too much for you, you could just tuck the knee. Otherwise, we're kicking. Again, very controlled, compact movement. We're going to switch to the other side now. So let's start on the other leg and right away into another set of kicks. Add the arms in if you want to take this up a notch. I recommend making sure that you have pretty good balance before adding the arms. You can combine as well. You can add the arms as well as just do a knee tuck. Whatever combination suits wherever you happen to be at in your fitness level. It's all welcome here. So you know already we got to do that twice. So take a break. Again, make sure you're hydrating. We don't want anybody getting dizzy, and we want to keep our muscles nice and hydrated for all of these movements. So we're back to those fast little switches. No curving in the upper back. We're staying nice and upright. I like to tell my clients to pretend they're in a small box. So pretend you're in like a 4x2 box. You're being held prisoner for some reason, and to pass the time you have to work out. How are you going to move in that little space? You want to imagine that just to keep everything nice and controlled, and it makes a huge difference in keeping an eye on your form without feeling like you have to overthink your movements or get too caught up in what your body is doing. Just imagine you're in that small space and the body will follow. We're going to lunge and kick. No throwing the limbs. We're not banging the knee, and we're landing nice and light and gentle on that back foot. Add the arms if you want. And last 2 kicks before we switch sides and switch. Nice strong exhale when you kick that foot out. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. That really burned. I'm gonna just hit out my quads here, release that lactic acid. I'm gonna be feeling that tomorrow. So for round 3 of this low impact workout, we're gonna be getting into a bear plank. So to get into a bear, you want to make sure that your fingers are nice and wide. You're clawing or cupping away from the mat or the floor, pushing out through your shoulder blades, a nice separation between those shoulder blades. Pull the belly button high up towards the spine. Curl the toes and just lift your knees. You can stay here if you want. We are going to take it up a little bit in intensity, and we're going to step back and step in for 30 seconds. Minimizing the movement as much as possible. Take this at your own pace. You can go as fast or as slow as your body allows, or as you would like to push today. I always encourage to push beyond the limits that we see for ourselves. Well, that's the pursuit of fitness, right? It's just pushing beyond the level that we normally would. This is up to you today to determine how far you want to go. So I'm only going at a moderate speed. and then we're gonna hold. And just keep holding, keep breathing as hard as it is with that tensed up core, and gently drop the knees. You can go back into a child's pose or just sit back on your ankles for a little bit, because you already know we got to do it again. Okay, back into position. Tuck the toes, shoulders, wrists, and elbows lined up, belly button to spine, and lift those knees, and here we go. Stepping those feet in and out at whatever intensity you'd like. Although I definitely recommend going a little bit faster than you think you can. Almost there. And then hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees down, back into another child's pose, or just sit back on your heels and relax for just a little bit. Hydrate if you need to. Flipping over to do some toe touches. So make sure that your hands are planted comfortably beneath your shoulders. You can face your hands any direction that you would like, that's the most comfortable for you. Keep in mind to not sink into your shoulders and to keep your hips as lifted as you can, and make sure your neck is comfortable as well. We're going to reach opposite hand to opposite foot. And of course, there's the option, if that's too much for you, you can just lift one leg at a time. Make sure that you have a nice exhale every time your knee pulls towards your chest. And final modification, you can sit right down on the ground and you can reach for the opposite ankle with the opposite hand, just like this. Otherwise, let's get on up here, lift our hips, and we're gonna reach for each ankle. It might take a little bit of time to get your balance going with this one, but once your body adjusts to the momentum, it's pretty easy after that. Exhale every time you reach for your leg. Go at your own pace. Do what you can. Up the intensity or decrease the intensity as needed. Almost at the end here. And you can take a seat, rest for a little. Do a butterfly stretch with me if you'd like. And we are going right back up into it. So feet are about hip width apart. Get your hands where you'd like them. Push out the shoulders. Lift the hips as much as you can. And we're reaching. So a little key thing to think about with this move is every time you're going to lift the opposite leg, ground as much as you can into the floor with the heel of the opposite foot. That really helps with the balance, and it really helps kind of tighten the glute and stabilize that side of the body so you're able to more easily reach to the other foot without feeling like you're going to topple over. This move is great for stabilizing the hamstrings, working the glutes, a little bit of calves are in there. Of course, we're working the arms, especially the shoulders and the lower abdominals. And last one, hips down. You can do another stretch and then flip on over with me because we have one more little burnout here before we finish this 25-minute workout. So you're gonna get into a nice high plank. Your feet are as wide as the mat, and we're gonna be pushing back and forward, back and forward. Follow along with me. This is about 40 to 45 seconds, and you definitely want to keep your core nice and tight, belly button pulled nice and high into the spine, so you might be forced to breathe into your chest a little bit. This move is one of my favorites for working the shoulders, working the back, the lats, the glutes. It's like doing a leg press, except you're facing the floor. So your quads are definitely going to be feeling this. I know mine were, my glutes were feeling it. And as always, we're not locking the legs, we're not banging the knees, we're not going too fast, we're moving with our breath. I love this move. It's one of those love to hate ones. Super effective for toning the entire body. And it's a really great strengthening move for the entire front body as well. So if you're bored of crunches and you want to work your abs, this is definitely one to do. Sit back into a child's pose right now and just let your forehead fall to the mat. Relax for a little bit. And before you know it, we're back up again. So get into your nice high plank, get those feet mat width apart, and let's go. Go at your own pace, but don't go too fast because we want to protect our joints. If you want to challenge yourself a little bit, you can get very high onto the toes, roll right onto the toes and the edges of the balls of the feet when you come forward. So you push your body just over the threshold of your wrists. Really gets really deep into the upper abdominals if you do this. Inhale, hips back, exhale, hips forward. Nice and high on the toes, stable throughout the arms, stable through the wrists. The only thing is moving is everything else except your hands and the balls of your feet. You are glued to the ground. Only a few more. Knees down. Sit back into child's pose. Stretch those arms forward and up we go. I recommend coming back into like a low camel like I am here. Push those hips forward and stretch those hip flexors, the psoas, the lower abdominals, the quads especially. Surprise, we have one last thing left. I promise this is the last thing we're gonna do. So we're gonna combine everything we did in the beginning into a nice 4-part movement. So you're gonna have your feet together, knees squeezed tight if you can to engage those inner thighs. Tuck the hips so we engage the lower abdominals. So you're gonna bear your weight into your heels, and we're gonna go down, front kick, down, side kick, down, front kick with the other leg, down, side kick with the other leg. And this is what we're gonna do for the last couple minutes of our little workout today. So much for low impact. So you can do a combination here. You can do knee lifts in the front, side lifts out to the side. You can lift in the front, kick to the side, kick to the front, lift to the side, whatever combination works best for the limitations of your body or your fitness level. It's definitely a nice finisher, nice bit of conditioning, and a nice way to combine everything that we've done up to this point. Also great for coordination. So if coordination is something that you've been trying to work on, combo moves like this are really great for igniting those pathways to getting better at lots of coordination and combining movements. We're almost there. Keep going. Just breathe. Don't even look at the time. And now we're gonna sit back into a nice chair and hold. Arms out, belly button to spine, sitting nice and deep into the heels and the glutes, squeezing the knees, and up we go. Hitting out those quads. The workout is done. Good job, everybody. I'm so proud and I'm so happy that you did this workout with me. It definitely changes the definition of low impact. I hope that you were surprised at how challenging a low impact workout can be. Now is your opportunity to stretch, chill out, definitely go eat something good, get some protein, make a smoothie, whatever you like to do after a workout. Thank you so much again. If you're new here, make sure to like and subscribe and stay tuned for more workouts, more vlogs, more health and wellness, and more about me. Share this video with someone who needs a little change or might want to try something new in their routine. Or if you're a seasoned gym rat like myself who just wanted a more low-key workout at home today. Otherwise, I hope you all have a great day. I know that it's winter and it's a little bit difficult to get moving, but I highly encourage you to stay active. It's great for our mood, great for our health, and see you next time.